It's been a long time since I've done 3 live videos 3 nights in a row. And I'm really happy with the feedback. It's been fun to answer some questions. And I have a 3rd tip for you this week. So this is Dr. Erica Peabody. I practice at Cafe of Life Chiropractic in the heart of downtown Fenton. If you get on here, say hello. Let me know what your Thanksgiving plans are. My family is local here in town, so I feel really blessed and lucky every day that I live so close. But especially as the holidays come around, it's so easy for me to get to my family, be with my family. But that's not just now, it's all the time. Hi, Andrea. What you doing for the holiday? So the first couple tips that I discussed earlier this week, the first one is when you're on your feet. Well, excuse the dog. He always burps when I'm on here. Hi, Kevin. There's a few other people. Sometimes it gives me names. A lot of times it just gives me numbers. So anyway, when you're on your feet long hours in the kitchen, so tomorrow when you get up and you start with your turkey, put your sneakers on. Put your sneakers on for hard tile floor, hardwood floor. By the time you get to dinner, you're gonna feel so much better to have had your feet a little bit protected from hard surfaces. Yesterday, now that I'm thinking about it, what did we talk about yesterday, Lou? Hi, Katie. What did we talk about yesterday? We had a good tip yesterday. I'm not gonna be able to remember it. What did we talk about? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I have a list of 3 stories I wanted to share today, so I think it's derailed my thought pattern. So there's 3 stories I wanna share from patients. 2 of them were in the last couple of weeks, but then this one is from last year. So the first one, a patient her and her husband were in, and she was face down on the table, and her husband was waiting, and she says to me, so do you know so-and-so chiropractor, blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, I don't think I know who that is. And she says, oh, okay, well, he has a YouTube channel, and I was listening to him, and he was saying something that the things that we put into our mouths, the stuff we eat, can actually create inflammation. Is that correct? And I'm just thinking to myself, how have I missed the mark? I feel like as a practitioner, I've missed the mark. If this patient is just asking me this, I feel like we talk about it all the time. So yes, what we put in our mouths creates inflammation or it creates health, one or the other. And it tends to be that a lot of the traditional Thanksgiving foods and holiday food in general is inflammatory. So that means if you have small issues with your joints throughout your body at all, it's like when you put in different foods, especially sweets, sugars, processed carbs, alcohol, lots of those different kinds of things. When you put that in your body, it's literally like setting small bonfires all over your body. So then your body has to go through and put out this. So that's what inflammation really is. And yes, it's created by the things that we put in our mouths. So be mindful, eat your greens, drink lots of lemon water, cucumber water, just lots of water in general, and that can be really super helpful. And we'll talk about water in a minute. The next one is a patient was telling me last year, she said it was like a week after Thanksgiving, and she said, as I was sitting there eating my Thanksgiving dinner, I started to feel the areas in my spine that are irritated anyways, I started to feel them actually flare up while I was sitting there eating. And I'm like, yes, that is true. It really does happen that quickly. And it depends on what you're doing before dinner, what you're doing after dinner, what you did Monday and Tuesday this week, what you did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what you did all last week. And this is like a compilation, and it's an accumulation of all the things that you've done with your body. It's moving you in a direction of health, or it's moving you in the direction of dis-ease, which eventually can lead to disease. So I just wanted to share that story where she's like, I could literally feel my spine begin to lock up. So the third one is patients ask me, and this was happening especially this week, not especially this week as well, is people will say to me something like, is popping and cracking, like now I'm hearing my joints pop and crack and, I'm just going through my days and I'm popping and cracking. Is that normal? If your car was popping and cracking and making all these noises along the way, would you ever say that that was normal? Would you ever call that normal? Let's never call that normal. But one of the things that adds into that is dehydration. Now, I am known as the water doc. I talk about water all day long, but somewhere in our culture, it has it's escaped us somehow. And so half of our body weight in ounces every single day is so necessary to a supplements. Thank you. I'm glad you were listening. I was just racking my brain trying to figure out what I did talk about yesterday, because it feels like, this is what it feels like Groundhog's Day after day after day, talking about supplements and water and inflammation and all that stuff. So thank you for that reminder. Making sure our immune system stays boosted with supplementation. That's what I was talking about yesterday. But also our immune system is boosted by making sure we're super hydrated. Everything in our body is a soup, right? And especially our brains. I was just talking to this incredible esthetician today, actually, went and got just a facial done, which that's why my skin's glowing. I'm so excited to introduce you guys to her. But anyway, we were just talking about, if you were out in the woods and you were walking along and you ran out of water, not that we ever do that these days. We live in a very privileged life, but if you're walking along and you ran out of water and there was a choice of a pond or a river, you would so clearly choose a river. Who in the heck knows what's growing in that pond? So let's do the same thing with our body. Create a continuous river, and especially for our brains. We are, in essence, about 80% water, and we shower on the outside every single day. It's great to shower on the inside. So that popping and cracking that you can sometimes feel and hear as you're just wandering around in your days, super duper critical to stay hydrated. And we freaking got lost on that one somewhere in this culture. So just bringing you 3 really simple health tips this week. The first one just being that, now I'm not going to be able to remember that one. What did we talk about on Monday, Lou? I'm losing it. I should have taken really good notes. We talked about supplementation yesterday, keeping the immune system super boosted. We're talking about food and inflammation today. And I'm not going to read. Hi, Danielle. Love you too. Andrea, now what was Monday? You can tell I'm a little bit spent. This gal needs a little bit of time off too, which I'm super grateful for. We will be back in the office on Monday. What did we talk about on this past Monday? Eat well, move well, think well, get your rest, get your water, and get adjusted. I don't know. My brain just went a little bit haywire. But anyway, so keep the immune system boosted. We talked about health. We've talked about supplementation. We've talked about the immune system. I've got lost in my own conversation here. We have some really exciting things coming up at the office in the next couple of months, really more towards the new year. We have some really awesome additions into the building, into our health and wellness center. I just feel so repetition in a lot of the things that I'm sharing with everybody, mostly because it's just health, wellness. I eat, sleep, walk, drink, all the things, health and wellness. So I just wanted to, the first one was shoes. That's what it was. I'm just trying to think. I knew it was physical related. So number 1 this week was put your sneakers on, get your feet some support, your body some support, where you don't have absorption on your feet when you're on hard surfaces in the kitchen, cooking today, tomorrow, and whatever you have going forward, especially into Christmas. Whatever we don't absorb in the feet, we're going to absorb into the spine, or the spine's going to eventually be your absorptive force, which then makes you feel really bad by the time dinner rolls around. The second one is supplementation, making sure your immune system is boosted. And then the third one today is just about the things that we put into our body create health and life and vitality, or it creates inflammation and eventually dis-ease and then eventually disease. So think about that as you're going through your week. There's so many people that are succumbing to, different things right now under the weather, and I'm getting calls continuously. We're helping patients every single day, every single week. We look forward to being back in the office on Monday. And until then, this brain needs a little bit of relaxation, as you can tell. There's also, I want to encourage you when you're finishing with your meals to go out and get a little bit of exercise. Just go out for a walk. It's one of the greatest things you can do. Lou and I go out for walks after every meal, for him especially, but it just reminds me to get movement every single day. So if you have questions along the way, you have questions for me, I do my best to be a really super duper approachable healthcare provider, which means I'm answering questions through email every single day. We're having a lot of fun at our office. We're having a lot of fun bringing more and more healthcare practitioners under one roof, and we would love to help you and your family through the month of December, but also into the new year, so that we can stay as healthy and well as we possibly can. So anything I can do to help our community, I'm here for you. And let me know if you have questions. Reach out. I share a little bit more on Instagram regularly. I'm at Dr. Erica Peabody over there. So catch me there. I'm also on TikTok too. So if you're there, catch me there. Otherwise, have an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm going to come on probably a couple more times this weekend, just sharing a couple more things as we're going to get to the other side of our meal now. So put your shoes on, keep your supplements going. You can't shove your body full of supplements now and expect it to fight every single day, building health and wellness. And then what we put in our body, and especially water, super critical. So thanks, you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. I'm super grateful for you, and I'll talk to you soon.